Okay, this is a follow-up video from a previous video of a NASA booklet. Now, I want to let you know that the guy that I bought this from, his name was Ed, he said he wrote to NASA when he was 10 years old and got the booklet. I don't know which one it was, whether it was this one or the one I did previously, because this was the one I originally ordered that he said it was from, that he got when he was 10 when he wrote to him. But he sent me the other one, and before I knew, I already made the video, so I just want to be clear about this man writing NASA and getting a booklet from him. So this one is from 1966. See it right there, 1966. And remember, this guy's listings, he had this, the hymn goddess to the star goddess, hymns to the star goddess. And he had some occult stuff along with this book. And so I actually asked him a question in an email. I just want to share it. I asked, hello again. I browsed your other listed items recently. I was curious about the book. Where did you acquire it? It looks Egyptian. Is it used in a church or from a church? Now, I purposefully worded that just to get information from him. I wasn't being deceitful or anything, but I just kind of wanted to just ask him the question in such a way that maybe he'd give me some information on it. So this is exactly what he said. Now, remember, this is just, NASA, reputable government agency, okay. So this is what he says. First, your package was mailed this morning. Thanks for the email. Here's what I can tell you about this book. My wife was a book junkie, in particular in esoteric things like this book and cookbooks. We mostly lived in Allentown, PA, but went to bookstores in New York City, Philly, which is Philadelphia, almost on a weekly basis. There was also a very small bookstore in Allentown called Occult Emporium. This was probably purchased in New York City. The store in Allentown and the one in Philly always stamped their name and the address somewhere in the book. 31 or 29 hymns to the star. Yeah, 31 hymns to the star goddess. My copy is a very limited first edition by Canadian publishing company 93 Publishing. This book was originally written in 1923. The 93 Publishing Company obtained rights and published it in 1973. So, yes, I'm sure all these prayers were used in ceremonies and churches that practice this type of magic. Okay, so now it's magic. Now he's specifically saying that his wife was into magic. And this guy just happens to be into NASA. The author is actually Charles Stansfeld Jones, a.k.a. Frater Achad. He was an occultist and a ceremonial magician and was a follower of Aleister Crowley. By the way, I have lots of Crowley books and others along those lines. Wikipedia has some good info on Mr. Jones and Frater. Yeah. So I just wanted to clarify that. And that, think about this. A guy that has old NASA books, that's into NASA, is associated with the occult. I just want to put those two together because that's a very serious thing. And so now, after that's out of the way, let's look at this old book from 1966, Satellite Communications. We see a nice satellite in space, which is just an image. Here's the contents. The cover. That's supposedly a satellite. Hopefully this comes up well enough for you to read all of this on your own if you're curious. That thing's really funny looking. And that thing is just ridiculous. That's probably the best piece of fake technology I've ever seen. And these are some interesting drawings. They're not even real images. That's probably a better way to scan those, just going upwards like that. And this thing right here is an image of what's inside of the radome. And so yeah, that's just a quick overview of this NASA booklet from 1966.